Happy New Year and welcome high school basketball fans to non-conference action tonight between the Lima Bath Wildcats of the Western Buckeye League and the Columbus Grove Bulldogs of the Northwest Conference and the Putnam County League. I'm Dave Bowen. It's my honor to be your play-by-play broadcaster tonight, and joining me is Dar Nevergall as your color commentator. The Bath Wildcats, under the leadership of head coach Dre White, come into tonight with a 4-4 record. Columbus Grove, under the leadership of head coach Connor Colts in his second season, come in with a record of 2-3. Dar, it's 2025. It's the opening of the new year. It's a great present of the new year, these two teams getting together. Let's look at Lima Bath first, Dar. What do the Wildcats need to do tonight in order to come away with a W?
Well, I think, Dave, the first thing they need to do is they need to crash the boards. I mean, this is a Grove team that's just getting their basketball legs up underneath them because, they had a great long run in their football season. Now it's basketball, and, a lot of these guys played football, so they've got to do that. But if you're Bath, you want to crash the boards. Columbus Grove's been out-rebounded by all their opponents so far this season, but Bath really has some big guys out there, and they're averaging probably 23, almost 24 rebounds a game. So they got to crash the boards. They got to get in there. They got to get offensive and defensive rebounds quickly. The other thing they do is they got to have some strong perimeter play. This is a Columbus Grove team that's led by Trenton Barraza. Now, everybody knows Trenton Barraza.
Yep.
He led their football team. He was their all-time rushing leader for Columbus Grove. And now he's out there. He's averaging about 14 points a game. So you're looking at guys out there that play really strong backcourt. You've got to get out there on them. You can't let them go out there. You've got to put pressure on them. You've got to make them. Now, Bath's not a team that's really got a lot of steals. They're averaging about 3 steals a game. So they don't get a lot of steals, but you got to disrupt the play out there and keep them from getting into the paint.
Agree, Dar, completely. This Bath Wildcat team, when you talk about rebounding, Jaden Renner, the 6'5 senior post player, is going to have yeoman's work on the glass. And on the perimeter, it revolves around Logan Markley, the 6'4 junior forward, averaging 19.5 points a game. Columbus Grove, as you said, a deep football run. They've been working on getting their basketball legs 2-3 here in the new year now. 5 games, but still looking to get themselves established, Dar. For the Bulldogs, what do they need to do tonight to come away with a W?
Well, they need to drive the basket. They need to get in there and get these guys in foul trouble quickly. This is a Bath team that averages about 13, 14 fouls as a team per game. So you got to get in there. You got to get Markley. You got to get Ryan in trouble really quickly on the fouls. So you want to get to the basket quickly. You want to open up some shots. If you don't get shots on the inside, you can at least draw some fouls, and they need to do or kick it back out to the outside. That's the first thing they want to do. They've got to limit their turnovers too. Grove, like I said, they're getting their basketball legs underneath them, but they're averaging about 12 turnovers a game. And that's too high for a team. Really, you look at it. So they got to limit their turnovers. They can't give this Bath team a lot of opportunities because they'll burn you. Like I said, Markley's averaging almost 20 points a game. You got to shut down this Bath team. You can't give them the opportunities to get second, third, shots at the basket.
Columbus Grove, 2-3, as we said. They have 4 players averaging double figures. We'll come back and talk about them. And again, the leadership of these 2 programs, both alumni of their respective schools. Dre White in his 8th season, first at Lima Bath. Connor Coles, a longtime assistant coach at Columbus Grove, in his 2nd year leading the Bulldogs. We'll be back with starting lineups and the tip-off. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Columbus Grove High School for non-league action between the Bath Wildcats and the Columbus Grove Bulldogs. We want to thank our scoreboard sponsor this evening. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Halker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at halkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. And our free throw sponsor, it's Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. I'm Dave Bowen. My partner tonight, Dar Nevergall, and we're excited to bring you this contest. Let's look at the starting lineup. First, for the 4-4 Bath Wildcats, they come into tonight's game averaging 52 points a game on offense. They give up 52 points a game on defense. That's why, again, their record right at that 500 mark. They will be starting number 2, 6'4" junior forward, Logan Markley. He leads Bath at 19.5 points per game. They will also be starting number 4, Daniel Cole, 6'1" sophomore guard, averages 6 points per game. Number 13, Jackson Foster, 6'3" senior forward at 9 points per game. Zach Welsh, a 6-foot junior forward at 3 points per game. And Jaden Ryan, the 6'5" senior post player, averages 6 points per game for Bath. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore, Markley, Cole, Foster, Welsh, and Ryan. For Columbus Grove, they come into tonight's contest again 2-3 on the season, averaging 55 points per game on offense. They give up 58 on defense. They start 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore, and their starting lineup looks like this. Starting at forward, a 6'2" sophomore, Brady Basinger. The senior, number 3, that Dar mentioned in the pregame, Trenton Barraza at 6'1". He's a guard. Leads his team in scoring at 14 points per game. Trevin Baxter, the 6-foot junior guard, averages 10.4 points per game, tied with Brady Basinger at that mark, second leading scores. Landon Best, back playing at full strength. The 6-foot junior, number 13, averages 7.5 points per game. And at 6'1", number 21, senior guard Kyle Hopkins averages 9.8 points per game. Grove gets the tip, and they get the first shot. Doesn't go down for Brady Basinger. Here comes the Bath Wildcats. Our officials for tonight, Bruce Bain, Shannon Mag, and Jeff Ressler. Nice back cut there for Bath, but they do not connect as Logan Markley tries to go to his teammate on the baseline, goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's something Columbus Grove is going to have to keep an eye on because they'll run that play quite a bit if the Bath Wildcats.
Nice back cut there. One good back cut deserves another. Barraza goes up and misses, gets his rebound, and we're going to have a tie-up. Tied up like a pair of Air Jordans, and it's going to be a turnover. Bath is going to get the basketball. And again, both these teams, Dar, they don't have a true post player out there, so we're going to see that 5-out look, a lot of movement, and that back cut's going to be there.
Oh, absolutely. And that was a little surprising. You saw Barraza get a second opportunity at the basket. You know, Bath's very good at shutting down the inside.
Welsh with the ball in the right wing, looking inside for Ryan. Back out top to Daniel Cole. Grove keeping the ball on the right side of the floor. They do go into Ryan, dribbles it twice, collects a host of white shirts, kicks it out, and Jackson Foster misses, but there's an offensive board. Welsh goes up with it. Grove cleans it out, and they look to go long. Barraza on the fly pattern,
nice
but Logan Markley, leading scorer, but does a nice job defensively there.
Move.
Woo, yes, Doc. Spinning like a record, baby, is Jackson Foster. Give him the bucket, the first points of the game.
Wow, that was quite the move by Foster on that one there.
Another nice cut and a good look inside for Kyle Hopkins. It doesn't go. Bath on the run, and Daniel Cole gets a bucket. 2 quick ones for Bath.
Well, that's what, we talked about. Grove has to get back on those. They've got to pick up that defense really quickly to get them back here because Bath's going to run it if they get an opportunity.
Yep, exactly. Cannot give up easy baskets. Grove in the half-court set. Jackson Foster looking to keep Hopkins on the left side of the floor, but he gives up penetration. Again, another point-blank miss for Grove. They've had some good looks here early, unable to convert.
Bath was looking to run it out there too, but they had to slow it up and run a little half-court offense, something they can do really efficiently. But, if they get the opportunity, they're going to take off down the court.
Welsh getting things set up out top for Bath. Looking for the back cut is Markley. Not there. Coach White wanting to get some ball movement out of this set. There's a shot for Foster on the right wing. Doesn't go. Grove clears it. Here they come down the sideline. Brady Basinger with a nice rebound. Gets it out and goes, but he has the turnover. The second one for Bath here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we talked about that. Grove's got to cut down on their turnovers. 12 turnovers a game on the average. You know, now, they are a team that averages about 8 steals a game, so they can create turnovers, which they have to do against this Bath offense.
And we talked about them getting their basketball legs. I had Columbus Grove against Crestview before Christmas on WOSN, and they do look a lot more fluid out there in this one. But there's Markley doing what Markley does, penetrating, going hard to his left, draws contact. He's going to go. No, it's out of bounds. Not going to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line yet. So Bath will have it under out of bounds. First foul on Brady Basinger.
This is a Bath team that you don't want to foul because they're averaging about 82% at the foul line.
They are shooting it well from the charity stride. Welsh back into Ryan. Collects traffic with the white shirts. Kicks it out to Foster. Another look from deep.
My.
Nicely done by Jackson Foster. 3-ball corner pocket. Grove up 7-0. Halfway through the first quarter. Gavin Barraza in the game with the ball out top for the Bulldogs. Goes to his brother, gets it back. Nice movement in the set on the left side of the floor. Baxter. Here comes Hopkins. Penetrates. Another good look. Gavin Barraza with the miss. A lid on the basket for Grove, but a nice offensive rebound and stick back for Brady Basinger. I say, if you don't think you're getting the shots, go to the window, Dar, and that's what Basinger does there. Grove on the board.
Oh, and Basinger averaging just under 7 rebounds a game, so he's the guy that they need inside like that to get those second opportunity shots.
He is the leading rebounder for Grove, and that was an important one right there to get him going a little bit. 3-ball from the left side for Bath, doesn't go, and we have an over-the-back call on the rebound, a shove, a push. I guess technically there's no over-the-back call if you talk to officials.
just a push.
Yes. Our foul's 1-1 now with Zach Welsh picking up that personal. Both teams playing solid man-to-man here in the early going. Ball goes down to Baxter, and he turns and scores a nice touch there for Trevin Baxter. Grove down 7-0. They've hit the last 2 buckets. They're right back in.
Well, Trevin Baxter averaging just over 10 points a game.
Loose ball out there. And Gavin Barraza goes to Baxter, but it's blocked. Here comes Bath.
You hear the crowd over here, you know, from the Columbus Grove side, you know, they thought they had a foul on that one there, but referee said nope, that was a clean block.
Grove with the ball. They look down inside. Good muscle right there by Welsh. Doesn't get it to go. Good defense by Gavin Barraza.
Yeah, nice save, too, because he looked like he was going to fall out of bounds there on that one. He was able to get it back inside.
Baxter with the ball. Goes to his left. Gets into the paint from the PCL. Doesn't go again. Rebound by Ryan, and Welsh with the basketball, tightly guarded by Baxter, and it's too tight as far as the official's concerned. Baxter picks up the personal, his first, team's third. Or excuse me, team's second.
Well, shooting's been really a nemesis for both these teams so far in this game. Neither one of them has really been able to convert on some really close-in shots.
Yeah, the offensive execution as far as movement and passing the ball has been really good to get those great looks, Dar, but you're right. Both teams have given up some empty looks there inside, and there's a steal. We're going to have another hell ball tie-up.
That one should go to Grove.
And that is going to create a turnover for Bath on the possession.
I said this is a Grove team that's averaging just under 8 steals a game, and you can see why. They got those quick hands on the inside. If you don't take good possession of it and wrap your arms around it, they're going to take it away from you.
Yeah, and the other thing they did very well in that possession, they had good help side defense. The help came over to create that turnover, those quick hands that you spoke of. Trenton Barraza from three-ball land. That's his 4th three on the season. And that ties this thing up at 7.
To give Columbus Grove credit, they didn't panic when they were down 7-0. They just kept chipping away at it and chipping away at it. They knew they'd get some shots.
Jackson Foster with another three-ball look for Bath. Doesn't go. Grove clears it out. And we've got an official timeout. As Trevin Baxter, don't know if he got hurt, dinged up a little bit there, but he's down at the end of the bench. Good piece of officiating. Got an injured player. Let's get him out, and they are going to take him to the locker room. Might have got cut a little bit, but hopefully he'll be back sooner than later.
Yeah, they don't want to give up, lose Trevin Baxter at all, averaging 10 points a game.
Gage Sauter comes into the game for him, played his first game for the Bulldogs on Monday. And he has the ball now. He's going to take the three-ball look. Doesn't go. There's Gavin Barraza with the rebound. Gives it up. Nice attack by Kyle Hopkins. Doesn't go. Bath in transition. There's Markley.
Oh, my.
Nicely done. Logan Markley gets to the basket and gets his first bucket of the game. We got a foul on the floor as Grove goes in transition. As you said, we see both of these teams going up and down the floor at a frenetic pace, Dar.
Well, yeah, and they need to do that. They need to build their offense. Now, they've been playing some half-court offense, but they haven't been able to score on those half-court offense shots. So they need to create some baskets, and that's what they're trying to do right now, just running it up and down the court.
Yeah, they're going up and down the floor quickly. Now maybe we're looking for a contact down at the other end. Maybe that was the situation with Kyle Hopkins. Or maybe it's blood. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Blood on the floor. We'll take a quick break as well. 9-7. 45 seconds left in our first quarter. You're watching it all on WOSN. After that stoppage in play, Columbus Grove has the ball underneath their basket. A blob, baseline out of bounds set. Going to kick it out to Trent Barraza. Nicely defended by Bath. Barraza goes to his left, gets to the rack, doesn't score, but there's Gage Sauter with the offensive rebound. He tried to pass it, and some turnover in the process. Here comes Markley again, the left side Euro step. Draws contact. Logan Markley going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line.
I'll tell you what, Dave. Columbus Grove did just what they needed to do. Drive to the basket, try to get in there and get a foul. They didn't get one, but they did get the offensive rebound. Now, I think he probably should have taken the shot himself instead of trying to pass it off. But that's what they got to do. They got to challenge this Bath Wildcat team on the inside.
Logan Markley makes good on the first Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Shoots 82% from the charity stripe. Gets them both.
That's 53 shots, free throws so far for Markley this season.
That's a nice pace for him. 3 points at the charity stripe. He's making do on it and has been very helpful to his team. There's a three-point attempt by Kyle Hopkins. Doesn't go. Going to go out of bounds. Columbus Grove is going to retain possession with 16 seconds left in our first quarter. Yeah, we've had some shots missed that should have been made probably. You know, you talk about playing games over the break. But overall, these two teams, they're moving really well. It's not sluggish at all. It's on the baseline out of bounds play. Trent Barraza gets fouled.
No, absolutely not. I mean, they are moving the ball really well, moving it around, at least getting the opportunities. Even though they're not putting some of them down, they're at least getting those opportunities. Trent Barraza, 79% free throw shooter on the season.
Logan Markley picks up his first personal. Trenton Barraza makes good on the first free throw from the Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Chance to cut the deficit to 2. And that one rolls in for him.
I think he talked that one in.
Yep, nice touch. Blew on it a little bit. Here comes Dagan Hawkins with the basketball. 7 seconds for Bath. End of the first quarter. Running their set. Markley with the basketball is going to have to put a move on. Going to go with the deep three. Doesn't go. Grove gets the rebound. And after 1 quarter at Columbus Grove High School, it's Bath 11, Grove 9. Exciting high school basketball on WOSN. We're back at Columbus Grove High School, where our scoreboard sponsors Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. Really appreciate Hawker Drywall and Plastering. And usually there's a hawker on the roster for Columbus Grove. It's sort of a misnomer. We don't have that this year, but there have been a lot of hawkers that have played and gone through this program that unfortunately I've had to coach against, because they're pretty good basketball players.
Absolutely.
Pretty good student athletes.
Yeah, my wife grew up with a lot of them here at Columbus Grove.
There you go. So Bath with the basketball, the 2-point lead. And they're going to run their set. Foster with the basketball, kicks it over to Dagan Hawkins. Hawkins didn't start, but he's getting a lot of PT here. And Markley with the basketball. Grove trying to take a charge, kicks it over, and that's a three-pointer for Daniel Cole. Cole, the leading three-point shooter for Bath, picks up his first in the game, 11th on the season.
Yeah, hitting 48% of his threes.
Trent Barraza gets into the paint, and he finishes.
On that first quarter, you know, we looked at Bath getting off that 7-0 lead, but then you saw Grove come back and take 9-4 advantage after that.
Offensive rebound, three-pointer in the corner doesn't go. There's Foster with a rebound, and he's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
An 83% free throw shooter, 20 for 24 coming in here. Like I said, this Bath team so far this season, 72 for 88, 82% coming into this game.
Landon Best with the foul, picks up his first. Foster makes good on the first free throw. Some numbers from the first quarter for Bath. They were 4 for 10 from the floor, 3 for 5 from 2, 1 for 5 from 3, 3 boards, 3 turnovers. For Grove, 4 for 19 from the floor for 21%, 3 for 16 from 2, 1 for 4 from 3, 7 boards, 4 turnovers. Foster makes good on both free throws. Trent Barraza from 3 land, just short. Good check out by Bath. Foster and Ryan getting it done. Fundamental basketball right there.
Oh, absolutely. And I said that about 24 rebounds a game for this Bath Wildcat team. You can see why. They do a nice job of boxing out, keeping the opponents away from the basket.
Nicely done. Dagan Hawkins goes to his left, and he finishes, kisses it off the window. Bath with a 7-point lead. Hopkins looks at the basket from 3 land. Quick shot, didn't pass it around at all. Comes up empty. I think maybe Coach Coles would like to see a little bit more ball movement on that particular possession.
And Grove's not missing by much. I mean, they're hitting off the side of the basket a lot and not, coming up a little bit short, but they rectify that, and this could be a much closer game than it is right now.
Under out of bounds play, nice screen and roll back, and that's Markley up fake, and he's going to go back to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, and he lives there. As you said, he shot 53 free throws on the season now, and you know what? He keeps up this pace, he might be able to get a free meal at Lee's Famous Recipe. Shoots that one a little quickly, a rare miss for Markley. And that personal foul was on Trevin Baxter. That's his second. The lefty tosses it, misses them both, but there's Foster with an offensive rebound. He misses it. So Grove comes up empty with some good looks.
They need to convert, though, down on this trip.
Grove in transition. Now they set things up. Bath gets the defense established.
Grove needs to get points off of this trip down the court because right now Bath's taking the momentum.
Trenton Barraza does exactly what you want to see happen there, Dar. He makes the three, his second of the game, 5th on the season, cuts the lead back to 4.
He's such an amazing athlete. I mean, football to basketball, no big transition.
Jackson Foster with a dribble, step away, and then he drills it. And on the make, Coach Dre White, he's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. It's the Bulldogs and the Wildcats on WOSA. So Dre White takes the timeout after the Jackson Foster three-pointer, pushes the lead back to 7. Wanted to talk to his team a little bit. Last year, Lima Bath won this game 66-61. They won 2 in a row. Grove had won the 4 previous. In the last 13 games since 2011, Grove owns a 7-6 advantage. Gavin Barraza brings it across the timeline. Both teams have done nothing but play solid man-to-man defense this entire first half. Going to call a kick there, and Grove will maintain possession. Jackson Foster didn't agree with that call, but we're going to play on with Grove maintaining possession. Baseline out of bounds. Trenton Barraza gets into the paint, and he finishes. Trenton Barraza putting things together. He had a really good game. The first game of the season against Arlington had 21 points, leading scorer with 14 points per game, and he is being aggressive here in game number 6 for Grove.
Yeah, he has a nice touch when he lets go that basketball.
Markley going to his right. Jackson Foster steps out behind the line. Another 3-ball doesn't go. And here come the Bulldogs again. Gavin Barraza over to Baxter, and he's going to double dribble. So turnover on Grove. That'll be their 5th turnover of the contest.
I'll tell you what, Dave, though, Grove's doing a nice job of boxing out down there and keeping Bath from getting the second opportunity shots at this moment. You know, Bath is being real strong on the boards, but I think Grove's picking it up.
Yeah, nicely done both ways. Both teams playing with a lot of spunkability. When the ball goes up, you've got to be fundamental and check out, because if you don't, it's going to be an offensive rebound. No offensive rebound is there. Logan Markley for 2.
Yeah, he's got that nice left-hand touch, doesn't he?
He does, and he is a player that flew under the radar coming into this season, but boy, he is noticeable now. Nice pass from Trenton Barraza down to Brady Basinger on the cut. Basinger with the basket.
Yeah, Barraza's showing I'm just not a scorer. I can also assist as well.
And play defense as he gets the steal. Grove in transition with Trenton Barraza. Eyeing and spying, spinning, and gets to the 10 just short. And there's what we said. Both teams trying to hit the glass, but we're going to have a foul on the rebound. That's going to go against Brady Basinger. That's his second. Team 3rd of the second quarter. So we're going to take it out of bounds. But Dart, again, the pace of this game, it's a fun game to watch and a great game to call.
Oh, it is. And both teams playing very aggressively on the boards. I mean, they're not afraid to go in there and bang around a little bit, which is good. And, you know, we're not worried about fouls. We just want to get to the basketball.
Bath in the half court. And Gavin Barraza gets a hand on it, but then he'll take that foul every day and twice on Sunday. Gavin Barraza being aggressive. Picks up his first. Sideline out of bounds. We call that a slob. Sideline out of bounds, the coaches do. Jackson Foster down to Markley, where he's dangerous down there with that left hand on the left side, looking to attack against Trenton Barraza. Kicks it over for a 3-ball look. Doesn't go. Grove clears it out, and that's Trenton Barraza. He's in transition. Looking, probing, stopping and popping is Trenton Barraza. Give him another 2. He's got 16 in this game right now, playing very, very well.
Well, and if you notice on that shot, too, he had a little shoulder hitch that he threw out there to try to get the defender to go to the right side, which worked for him to pop that shot in.
Markley probably nothing there. There's Jackson Foster. Nice move. Goes across the lane. Kisses it off the window.
That's 12 points now for Foster.
Yeah, he's got 12. Here comes Kyle Hopkins. It's a miss. Back clearing it out. Markley. They're going to set things up. Megan Hawkins with the basketball. Dre White calling the set. Under 2 minutes left in our second quarter. It's been a gem here from Columbus Grove. 25-20 Bath. There's a three-pointer from Hawkins. Doesn't go. We're going to have a foul in the rebound.
Good positioning there by Trenton or Gavin Barraza on that one there to get that, draw that foul. Kyle Hopkins just looks like he's a little bit off tonight. He's averaging just under 10 points a game. He just hasn't seemed to find the spot that he really wants to hit.
And while Grove has played 5 games, Hopkins has only played 4. He was sick when they played Crestview. Did not even make the trip to Convoy. Trenton Barraza gets in there on spin cycle. And he's putting on a show.
I think that was a football move. I've seen him do that one in football, running the ball.
And talking with Coach Coles, he said, Trenton, he's a great football player, but I'm not so sure he doesn't like basketball better. Well, he's getting it done here, but Jackson Foster counters with a great 2 from the elbow for Bath. Under a minute in the second quarter. And just a mishandle there by Gavin Barraza, an unforced turnover. He's not happy with himself, but...
You got to shake that off, go back and play defense now.
Yeah, Gage Sauter coming back in the game. Again, Gage, his first game of the season was on Monday coming back from injury, and he's limited with minutes. Landon Best coming off an injury. Kylan Mays not even able to play this season because of having shoulder surgery, labrum surgery. So Coach Coles has had to really put things together. It's been a mash unit. I've been thinking about the 407-7 a little bit.
Absolutely.
But boy, have they done a nice job. The culture at Grove, outstanding. And Coach White is reestablishing that positive culture at Lima Bath. They get it inside. Markley going to his right, over his right shoulder. Can't get it. And it's going to go off Bath. And Grove's going to have an opportunity to close out the half with a last possession. If they take care of the rock, Brady Basinger back in the game as Jacob Leininger saw a little action.
Well, right now, Grove's got to get somebody else in the scoring column besides Trenton Barraza. Now, he has 16 points, but that's 16 to 22. And you've got to get another scorer out there, whether it's Hopkins to pick it up or whether Basinger can pick it up.
Here we go. Hopkins attacking the basket, goes off the window, doesn't go. And that's going to be how our first half ends. Fast and furious in Columbus Grove. Wildcats 27, Bulldogs 22. It's high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Putnam County and Columbus Grove High School, where our halftime score, Lima Bath 27, Columbus Grove 22. Tonight's scoreboard sponsors brought to you by Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at hawkerdrywall.com to see how we can help you. And our free throw sponsor, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where homestyle happens here. I'm Dave Bowen. Joining me is Gar Evergall. Taking a look at the numbers for Bath in the first half. They shot 10 for 23. That's 43%. 7 for 12 from 2. 3 for 11 from three-point land. They had 8 boards. They turned the ball over 5 times for Columbus Grove. 9 for 26, 35%, 7 for 19 from 2, 2 for 7 from 3 for 28%. They had 10 boards and 7 turnovers. Dar, as you look at halftime adjustments, let's take a look at Columbus Grove first, down 5. What's Coach Coles talking to his team about as we get ready to start the third quarter?
Well, I think for Columbus Grove, the biggest thing for them is they need to get somebody else involved in the scoring besides Trenton Barraza. I mean, Trenton's having a good game. He's got 16 points, but Bath's going to take that away from him, at one point here in the third quarter. And so you've got to get somebody else involved. Kyle Hopkins is the biggest one. They need to get involved in the scoring, averaging almost 10 points a game. Kyle has really been off a little bit on his shooting, so he's really got to pick it up. So that's the biggest thing for Columbus Grove. Get other people involved in your scoring.
And if you're Dre White in this Bath Wildcat team, you got to be pleased being up 5, but you don't want to be content. What do they need to bring to the second half?
Well, they need to continue to crash those boards the way they have been. Now, they got out-rebounded 10-8, which is kind of surprising, but Grove really picked it up in the second half. But they really got to crash those boards and continue to out-rebound this Grove team as much as they can.
Landon Best with the basketball up top. Grove with the possession. Our stats are being brought to you by Kent Ralston helping us out tonight with the stats. And there's the first turnover on Grove in the second half. And here comes Bath. Foster. And it ends up going back out top. That is Cole with the ball to Mark Lee. And he's looking to his left. Lethal going to his left. Grove trying to push him right. Gets it down in the mid-post range. Kicks it over to Daniel Cole. The 3-ball doesn't go. But there's Ryan with an offensive board. He's a battler. And Grove's going to maintain possession. Markley gets to go to his left. There's no help. Reverse layup. Good. Markley, first bucket in the third quarter. And Jaden Ryan, they're talking with Coach White, he had that offensive board. He's a senior, played all JV last year, and he that was Markley, tried to slide over. Well, they did take the charge. That's an offensive charge taken by Logan Markley, and that personal is going to go against Hopkins again, struggling to find his rhythm, and an offensive charge makes things that much tougher. But again, Jaden Ryan, a senior, just coming in and doing the dirty work for Coach White in this Bath Wildcat team. Coach White's been very pleased with his progression.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's doing the hard work, and that's the work underneath the basket, getting those rebounds, kind of boxing out, forcing the opponents away from the basket as much as he can.
Markley with the basketball, guarded by Trevin Baxter. And he's going to draw contact, and that's going to be Baxter's third personal foul. Baxter forces Markley right, which is what you want to do. But Markley, just with the tenacity, he creates a situation where another foul occurs.
Yeah, he has so much quickness.
Will not be denied. He's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Logan Markley with 6 points in the game. I think he might have been challenged a little bit at halftime to say, hey, you're our leading scorer. Let's be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, we need, he did go to the foul line twice in the first half, hit 2 out of 4. And he's really been off of the free throws because he's an 82% free throw shooter. But, I think Dre White told him, you've got to get inside. You've got to get more fouls. You've got to get to the foul line.
Got to slow down. He does slow down his process on that one. Still doesn't go for him. Now he's got to fight the mental piece at the free throw line. Landon Best with the basketball. Kicks it over to the corner off the window. Doesn't go for Trevin Baxter.
He did a nice job of following up on that shot. He just couldn't pull it in.
Yep. Again, Grove struggling with the shooting percentage. Thought it might be a little bit better, especially on your home court. But it could show up at any second, especially at home. Markley, triple team, kicks it out. Almost picked up by Baxter. And the shot doesn't go. Here comes Grove in transition. Landon Best kicking it up to Brady Basinger, and he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line as he draws contact in transition.
Yeah, Brady Basinger, an 80% free throw shooter. So a lot of good free throw shooters on both these rosters. Nice thing about Markley is not only does he score, but he also pulls in those double and triple opponents, and that gives other guys an opportunity.
Brady Basinger misses that first one. Looking to cut into this 7-point deficit. Toes it, throws it, and that one doesn't go, but it's an offensive rebound by Trenton Barraza. And goes back to Basinger, and he misses again.
Yeah, they just cannot convert. Their shooting is just off just a little bit.
As you said, Trenton Barraza was 16 at halftime. Brady Basinger had 4, Trevin Baxter 2. The only 3 Bulldogs denting the scoring column in the first half. For Bath, Jackson Foster had 14 at halftime. Logan Markley 6, Dagan Hawkins 2, and Daniel Cole 5. There's a foul. The Grove fans not extremely excited about that personal, but it's going to go against Kyle Hopkins, his second. Team's 4th, so the rest of the quarter with 5 minutes to go, they're going to be at the least famous recipe chicken free throw line. Markley, Cogs in there, can't find anything, kicks it out. Jackson Foster had the ball in the block and then tried to pass to Ryan, and Grove comes away with the turnover, and in transition, Kyle Hopkins doesn't get it to go, and then it goes out of bounds. So Grove catches a break. They're going to get the ball out of bounds, maintain possession.
But I'll tell you what, Dave, even on that one there, when they had the breakaway shot, just came up short. I mean, they're just having a hard time finding any way to get that ball in the cylinder.
You got to find that happy medium. Slow down and be patient. There's another good look. It doesn't go for Jacob Leininger. Bath in transition. Foster looking to go coast to coast. He misses it. But there is none other than Logan Markley with the offensive rebound, and he puts it back in the basket.
That's his first 2 of the second half, or second basket of the second half.
Landon Best looking to find something on the baseline. Good shell defensive principles by Bath as he spin. Welsh and Markley both there defensively. Deflected out of bounds. Grove maintains possession.
I got a feeling if Grove doesn't score on this possession, you're going to see a timeout by Connor Coles, particularly if their shot comes up short again.
I agree wholeheartedly. Landon Best attacking the rim, kicks it over to the corner. Good luck, doesn't go for Gavin Barraza. And it's out of bounds again, and this time deflected out by Grove Bath with the basketball.
Connor's being pretty patient. He'd be more patient than I would be over there, I think.
Use one right there, down 9. They're on the fringe of being in the Kenny Loggins danger zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Columbus Grove Bulldogs. Jackson Foster inside. And I know that Coach White would like to see Foster do more damage down on the block. And right there, he finds himself getting fouled, and he's going to go to the least famous recipe chicken free throw line. The foul's on Trenton Barraza, his first. Foster, an 83% free throw shooter, the leading free throw shooter for this Bath Wildcat team. First one's up, first one's good.
And he's 3 for 3 so far tonight.
Yeah, let's see if in transition, either on a make or a miss, if Coach Coles doesn't take a timeout. Down 10 here in the early part. That one is a miss. Maybe not with the miss, but he's right at half court, and he's going to let him play on. Play through it. Down 10, the Bulldogs. We talk about the first 4 minutes of the game and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and Bath has won both of those segments. Trenton Barraza looking to find something. Good defense by Ryan on Barraza. Good help by Foster.
Well, right now, the Grove coaching staff trying to play the percentages. They figure eventually that the guys have got to start putting it in the basket.
Barraza, Trenton style, forced into a tough look. Doesn't go down. Bath clears it out. Foster for 3. Overcooks it. And Landon Best gets the rebound. And there's that effort, that hustle that Dre White gets out of Jaden Ryan. Not the most skilled basketball player, but you can't measure his heart, dog.
Oh, absolutely not. And he just stayed in there against Landon Best and said, I'm not going to give up this basketball. You can throw me around all you want.
And as a result, Bath gets the basketball on the alternating possession. Box set, under out of bounds. Screen-to-screener action. Welsh looks, nothing there, kicks it out to Daniel Cole. Back to Welsh. Low ball principles, catch the ball, stay low. Markley. And there's a nice steal by Gavin Barraza, looking to go coast to coast, draws contact. Gavin Barraza going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line again. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here.
Yeah, Gavin is a 78% free throw shooter.
Second personal foul on Daniel Cole.
Short again.
And Barraza, first time to the charity stripe tonight. A miss. Maybe the free throw line and the shooting at times is what we've seen be a little sluggish for a Christmas break game. But again, as far as effort and tenacity and hustle, that's been there for both squads.
Well, maybe that free throw will break a little bit of string that Columbus Grove's had going for him.
Foster with the bucket. Give the assist to Daniel Cole. Nicely done.
Foster coming in averaging 8.9 points a game, already has 17.
He's having a game tonight. Trenton Barraza trying to match him. Goes up. Missed, guarded by Markley. Foster, coast to coast. Doesn't go. I think he was thinking about a dunk, but Gavin Barraza created other issues, and the bucket doesn't go. Trenton Barraza inside, and we're going to have a foul on the floor for Bath.
Well, what you're seeing right now, Dave, is you're seeing Trenton Barraza try to take this game into his own hands and win it for Columbus Grove by himself, and that's not going to happen. I mean, yeah, granted, he's having a great game, but he really needs to get help, and particularly from a couple guys out there, Kyle Hopkins, like I said, and Landon Best. Neither one of them have scored, and you're looking at, you know, what, 8, 9, 10, 17 points that's been taken off the board right now.
Yeah, and talking with Coach White, that was his major concern about this Columbus Grove Bulldogs squad. They can score from every position. Well, they've done a nice job defensively of keeping that from happening. But there, Landon Best hits his first three of the night, 6 on the season, and couldn't come at a better time if you're a Grove Bulldog fan.
That one came up a little short too, but at least it had the roll to go in the basket. And they, like I said, maybe that'll be the spark that this Grove team needs to really get on a roll.
Markley goes to his left, but Landon Best plays him that way, and he takes Markley's shoulder right in the sternum. That's an offensive charge.
Well, it's all Landon Best get his first points of the game, but I'll tell you what, all night long he has had a battle with Foster and Markley underneath the boards, and he has held his ground.
Momentum switching a little bit here, Dar. Grove gets a basket here, find themselves right back in it after again. Bath comes out at the beginning of the third quarter and puts on a little scoring spree. Gavin Barraza jump stops, Best again from the corner, rattles out. There's Ryan with a board. Welsh to Markley, coming into the middle with his left. Throws it to Ryan, maybe know your personnel there. Ryan doesn't want the basketball out there, but Markley's gonna go from three-point land, doesn't go. And we're gonna have an over-the-back call, and that's gonna be on Josiah Clark, seeing his first action of the game, coming in and being aggressive on the glass.
Good positioning, though, by Columbus Grove underneath that glass.
Exactly, and we're gonna walk to the other end where Trevin Baxter is going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line as both teams are in the bonus with under a minute left here in the third. Baxter, the left-hander, puts the first one up, and that puts him to 70% on the season with that made free throw from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Eyes it, flies it, count it.
That's
Baxter,
4 points
2 for
now.
2, yes. 4 points for Baxter. As you said, Grove trying to find scoring from someone other than Trenton Barraza here. And they do have capable players. As we said, they have 4 guys right at double figures as far as an average offensively.
Well, I'm sure that's what Connor Coles talked to him about at halftime, is you've got to get some scoring from other guys. And Barraza right now is still sitting at 16 points, so he hasn't even scored in the second half yet.
Good man-to-man principles defensively for Grove there. It almost looked like they were in a zone because of their help side principles. One pass away, two passes away. Good defensive principles there. Young players watching this broadcast, that's something you want to take note of.
Yeah, good fundamental basketball, but both these coaches, they've been around for a little bit.
Markley on the block, spinning and finishing. Logan Markley, 6 points in the quarter.
That's 12 points for the game for him.
There's a nice move. Gavin Barraza going to his right with the kiss off the window. Grove looking to pick a ball up on a turnover, and they do. Barraza in the open court on the left side goes strong, draws contact, and that foul's going to be on Dagan Hawkins, who committed the turnover. And Gavin Barraza, he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, and with 5.8 seconds left in our third, Grove can cut this to 4.
We talked about it in the pregame, David. You know, what Grove had to do is drive to the basket, draw fouls on this Bath team, who has a tendency to, like I said, as a team averaging about 13 fouls per game. So it's a team that you can get to foul you and get to the line. Now you got to convert it to the line.
Exactly. Barraza comes up empty on the first one. One left. It'll be interesting to see if Bath can get a quality look with 5.8. Barraza makes good on the second one. Here come the Wildcats. Free throw line pass, break down the sideline. And Hawkins is going to take a shot at the buzzer. Doesn't go. 3 are in the books from Columbus Grove. It's 36-31 Bath. Stay tuned for the exciting fourth quarter on WOSN. Scoreboard is brought to you by Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Visit us at HawkerDrywall.com to see how we can help you. We're going to the fourth quarter, 36-31. It was a 5-point differential at halftime, stays that way. That third quarter, the first half was won by Bath. The second half, Grove battles back to make it a 9-9 quarter. We're going to the fourth quarter. It's going to be an exciting finish, Dar.
Yeah, it will. And right now, like I said, you know, they're starting to get some other guys involved in the scoring. They're below their averages typically for these Grove guys that are hitting the baskets now, but they got to continue here in the fourth quarter. I look for Barraza to really pick it up too in the fourth quarter.
Both teams have played solid half-court man-to-man defense the whole night, and there's Trenton going to the middle, spinning back, and he draws contact, and he's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. That foul is on Jackson Foster. That's his first of the game. Trenton Barraza shooting 2. First free throw of the second half from Barraza. Up with a miss. He was 2 for 2 previously. Some numbers real quick. Bath 4 for 12 in the third quarter for 33%. 0 for 4 behind the arc. 4 for 8 from 2. They had 10 boards. They had 5 turnovers. Grove 2 for 9. Again, struggling with the shooting. 22%. 1 for 5 from 2. 1 for 4 for 3. 5 boards, 2 turnovers. Thank you again to Kent Walston for those numbers.
I tell you, Dave, if you're watching this game, you're thinking Bath should be up by a lot more than they are, but Grove has just hung in there and hung in there. They've gotten key baskets when they need it.
And Coach White's going to call a timeout as Zach Welsh couldn't find an open teammate. They avoid the turnover. We'll take a timeout as well. High school basketball is right here on WOSN. You can stream the WOSN channel anytime, anywhere for only $8 per month. Download from Roku or Apple TV or sign up at app.wosn.tv. Bath takes that timeout, Dar. Great timeout by Coach White. And also, again, both coaches, they still have quite a few TOs that they can use. We're going to see a chess match from the sideline here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're going to see a lot of trips to the foul line in the fourth quarter as well. But, you know, like I said, you know, you would think the Bath would have a big lead in this game, but they really don't. And give it credit to Columbus Grove. They've hit some baskets when they needed to. They come up short on a lot of their shooting. Their shooting has not been impressive all night long, but when they needed it, they've gotten it.
And that's a coach's nightmare right there. You take a timeout to avoid a turnover, and then you don't get much movement on the ensuing inbound play, and you turn it over. So you can't run the set you just talked about in your timeout that you took. And now Grove has the basketball opportunity to cut into this 5-point deficit. They go down to Kevin Baxter. He goes to work, and Baxter from the block cuts the lead to 3.
Nice job getting it into Baxter, too, underneath there, and he's doing a nice job of finishing, something they haven't been able to do for a while.
Got to get those shoulders square to the backboard and go through the defense, embrace the contact, and Baxter does it right there. Markley gets fouled before he can score, but he likes the contact as well. We've seen him at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line 6 times already tonight. That one was on the floor. The foul was on Trevin Baxter, and that's Trevin's 4th foul, so he's going to come out of the game. And Bath maintains possession, going back to the corner, looking inside for Ryan. Takes 2 dribbles, kicks it across. Foster with the wide open look. Nothing but cotton for Jackson Foster. His first 3 of the second half. 3rd 3 in the game.
Boy, he's impressive, isn't he?
Just shoots it so smoothly.
You cannot let him open out there, that's for sure.
Trenton Barraza, he's going to spy it from 3-land. Tries to counter the 3 by Foster. Doesn't get it, and Foster gets the board. He's going to bring it across the timeline for Bath. Runs the set to the left. Foster denies the screen, and he's going to stop.
Oh, he's feeling it now.
Behind the arc again, and the Bath fans are on their feet. Jackson Foster. Coach White said, I'm real pleased with his outside shooting, but I'd like to see him be a little more physical offensively. Oh, when you're shooting it like that.
Hey, you don't have to get close.
Exactly.
23 points for him tonight already.
Brady Basinger attacks the rack from the left side, draws contact, and that's going to be the 2nd personal on Jaden Ryan, but Brady Basinger puts himself and his team in a position to score from the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line with the clock stopped. Puts the first one up and the first one in. 1 for 3 tonight from the free throw line. The leading free throw shooter for Grove at 80%. Getting things back on track after the first 2 misses. Second one's up. Second one's good. Looked real good on both of those, Don.
Yes, he certainly did. I'm going to look at Markley. Markley's got 12 points tonight so far, but below his average of 19.5. But what he's done is he's drawn the defense to him, and that's letting Foster do his thing.
Markley passes it down to Foster. He goes with the 3 from the corner, going heat check. Coach White, it's a tough situation. He's hit a couple, but the defense was flying at him. And we're going to have a foul on Daniel Cole, and he picks up his 4th. In the fourth quarter, Grove has 1 team foul. Bath has 3. You said free throws will come into play, heading in that direction, Don. There's a nice play. Rolled by Basinger off the screen. Gavin Barraza gets it to him, but he can't finish from in close. Bath in transition. Welsh at the free throw line. Goes back out top to Markley.
We talk about Grove's shooting, but really give Bath credit. Their defense has really forced Grove into shooting quicker than they want to a lot of times, and harder off the glass than they want to just to try to counteract that defense of Bath.
Exactly. Markley penetrates, draws 2, goes up, doesn't get it. There's Ryan. The garbage man doesn't get it. And Markley had an offensive board, doesn't go. Grove clears. Gavin Barraza looking to attack. Kicks corner. Good ball movement. What look do they want? Kicking it to the left side. Trent Barraza comes up short. That was a good, quick offensive possession for Grove. A good look. Doesn't go.
But again, Bath's defense was able to counteract that, get out there quickly on Trenton Braza on that shot, and Braza came up short with that three.
Markley goes to Ryan, and he finishes this time. Jaden Ryan with the bucket. Give the dime to Logan Markley.
And that's Jaden Ryan's first basket of the night.
First basket, but he's made himself present out there in a lot of other ways. And right there's another one. He gets the defensive board. Bath up 9. Looking to get it back into double figures. Foster on the block. Kicks it back out to Welsh. Every player for Bath, when he gets the ball, he puts the ball in low ball position, doesn't put it above his head, and now you're going to have to take care of it because there's a trap. Coach White's going to take a timeout. Saves the turnover. That's Drew White. Takes a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. 44-35 Bath on WOSN. That timeout as his team was into the corner at half-court trap, so they maintain possession. Again, at 4-4, their losses are to teams with a combined record of 21-5. Grove 2-3. Their losses, the winners of those games, a combined record of 23-3. Both of these teams looking to get 20-25 started on the right foot. Bath spreading it out a little bit now, taking care of the basketball. Welsh with it.
Yeah, they don't have to be in any hurry, that's for sure.
The only thing is Grove has 3 more fouls that they need to commit before they find themselves at the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line. That foul's going to be on Gage Stoddard, his first. It'll be sideline out of bounds for Bath. Foster with the basketball, gets the inbound from Welsh. Double teamed by Grove. He's got a guy wide open down here, but he can't find him. And Drew White's going to take his 4th timeout. Drew White with only 1 timeout. And we're going to keep it right here for this one. It's going to be a full timeout for Bath. And again, Bath 4-4, 2-2 at home. 2-2 on the road, 1-1 in conference action. Again, this is a team that last year was 2-21, 0-9 in the Western Buckeye League. An outstanding turnaround here in the early going. Columbus Grove 2-3 in the Northwest Conference. They're 1-1 in the PCL. They are 1-0, 1-0 at home, 1-3 on the road. Last year, 14-10. 4th in the Northwest Conference at 5-3, 3rd place in the PCL at 4-3. Again, regardless of who wins this game, Dar, both these teams are going to come out of it with some positives and, again, with some things that they can look at on film and work to improve.
Oh, absolutely. You know, right now Grove's having to expend a lot of energy just trying to get back in this game. Now, how's that going to play out in the next 3 minutes? We'll have to see. But you know, Bath doesn't have to hurry anything right now. They've got the lead. They got the basketball. You know, just run some half court. Just hang on to the ball, eat some time.
Double team again. Contact, no call. Markley goes over to Welsh. Hawkins goes into Foster, and he scores it. Kyle Hopkins tried to come away with a steal, but unable to do so. Grove attacks. Gabber Braza with the miss, and it's going to stay with Grove. Trey White took that last timeout. He has 1 timeout left. Coach Cole, he still has his complement of 5, but not any longer. As Coach Cole's going to take his first timeout, he'll have 4 left. We'll take the timeout with him. It's cold outside, but it's heating up in the gym here at Columbus Grove High School basketball. It's on WOSN. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Hawker Drywall and Plastering. Columbus Grove inbounds the basketball. Critical possession. And Gage Sauter with the look. Doesn't get it, but an air ball's very convenient for the offensive rebound. And Trenton Barraza does that. Give him the bucket. That's his first 2-pointer of the second half.
Yeah, 18 points total for him, but he's trying to counteract that 25 points by this young man right there. 27.
Foster with the bucket.
27
nice give
points
and go.
now.
Yeah, Cole with the assist. Basinger. Gavin Barraza goes baseline. Landon Best. Nothing but cotton. And that was actually Gage Sauter with the three. His first three of the year. And that cuts the lead to 8. And Coach Coles takes the timeout. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Timeout by Grove, full court pressure, and Bath has the basketball, and there's a steal. Trenton Barraza gets a deflection. He goes into the paint, bounces twice off the rim, doesn't go, and we're going to have a jump ball. Jackson Foster might have got hit in the face a little bit, incidental contact.
And great sportsmanship there by Trenton Barraza to go over and pat him on the back to make sure he's okay.
And I do stand corrected. Dar pointed out that was Gage Sauter's second three-pointer of the game. I inadvertently gave a three to Landon Best earlier. So Sauter getting his shooting touch back in game number 2 for him. Bath gets the ball on the alternating possession, and now we're going to have a foul right away.
I'm a little surprised, David, they didn't go to a full court press earlier than this. I mean, they had opportunity probably at the 6-minute mark is when I thought they should have started with, putting more pressure in the backcourt against this Bath team, and they just didn't do it.
And I hear what you're saying, but this Bath team, they're quick as well, and they can really make you pay for that. We've seen a couple backdoor cuts, but they're going to continue to trap East Grove in half court, and it's going to be a foul on Gage Sauter. And again, we're still not in the bonus. That's Sauter's second. Just a foul there. The Bath contingent thought it was a little unnecessary, but I think it was just a situation where the Bath player stopped and Sauter didn't realize that. Just ran into him.
Yeah, caught him up in the air and Sauter just came down.
Exactly, yes. Nice penetration by Foster. Markley misses the first one, then he gets fouled. That's one where Foster will go up to Logan Markley and say, hey, way to stick with it, but you blew my assist.
Yes, you did. Foster says, I've got all these points, but I don't have a lot of assists.
So Logan Markley, the 82% free throw shooter coming into tonight's contest, finds himself at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line once again. This is attempt number 7 and 8. Needs to make this one to go 500 on the night, and he does so. 4 for 8, 10-point lead with 1:20 to go in favor of the Wildcats. Gavin Barraza. Trevin Baxter. The back defense. Sticky. Saran wrap defense. There's penetration and the finish. Gage Sauter with the up, fake, and attack. And Coach Coles will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. Coach Coles, we were talking, he's had all 5 timeouts left, but he's using them now to kill the clock. That's his third one. Grove down 8. Do you stay with the man-to-man pressure, or do you look to go to a zone press and trap?
I think you're going to stick to the man-to-man. I don't think they really get away from that too often. It'd be a little unfamiliar for the guys this late into the game, so you stick with that man-to-man. But nice job by Sauter to come across from left to right and just attack the basket and be able to put it off the glass and in. And that's, he's got 8 points now for that young man. So he's picked it up here in the second half for him.
Does a nice job there, as you said, scoring quickly. Now, do you go denial here on the inbounds if you're Columbus Grove, try and get a 5-second call? Right now, it looks like they're going to guard the ball. Usually, if you're going to go deny, you go into what we call center field, take that inbounder and put him at half court. And I think what you'll see is some running and jumping, and then maybe a trap if they get the ball across half court. Again, Coach White, he only has 1 timeout left. So if Grove can get a couple steals and get momentum on their side, they can cut into this lead in a hurry.
Well, and you got to be careful who ends up with the basketball for Bath, because you got some good free throw shooters for the Wildcats out there.
There's a nice job by Foster on the inbounds. Kicks it or throws it off of the Grove defender, Gavin Barraza. But that was a unique set. 4 players on one side of the floor, and then they came back to the basketball. There's a trap right away. Good job by Bath. They don't put the ball on the floor until they get it into the front court. Now they're going to pull it out. And it looks like they're going to make Grove foul them. Welsh with the basketball, double team. Gets the foul, but he put the ball above his head. You don't want to do that, but he is going to draw the contact and find himself at the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line.
Well, if you're going to foul somebody, that's the guy to foul. He's only shot 2 free throws all season long. He's 1 for 2, but he hasn't been to the foul line. He hasn't scored yet tonight. So if you're going to foul anybody on that Bath team, this is the guy you want to put at the line.
And he shoots that one with confidence, but I agree with you. Only 2 throws on the season, putting there in crunch time. That's the 4th foul on Kyle Hopkins. Let's see if Welsh can be a competitor and go 2 for 2. Nope, this is the second one. Here comes Grove. Gavin Barraza down the right side, looking to get to the 10, reverse
nice
layup.
job.
And he scores it, and Coach Coles is going to take a timeout. We'll do so as well. 40 seconds left, 7-point lead for Bath on WOSN. We want to thank our scoreboard sponsor tonight. It's been Walker Drywall and Plastering. Visit WalkerDrywall.com to see how this business can help you. Full court pressure. Look for Grove to try and get a steal early and then foul if they can't get that right away. And there's a travel.
There's a turnover.
Foster turns it over. Might have been a little contact, but you got to be strong with the basketball right there. And Grove gets a turnover with only a couple seconds going off the clock. A chance to cut into this 7-point deficit.
They got to score quickly, though. They can't spend a lot of time throwing it around.
Flare screen for Sauter, and he looks to pass it into Trenton Barraza. And they're going to have a held ball tie-up. It's going to stay with Grove. Good flare screen for Sauter. I thought he gave up on it a little bit looking to get it to Barraza. Barraza, obviously your leader, but you've got 2 threes. Maybe you let that one fly.
Oh, I think you should, too. I mean, you got to score quickly. You can't play around with it too long. You're eating time off the clock.
Sauter with the basketball, looking to get to the 10. He does. Lays it over the top. He scores it. And Coach Cole is going to use his 4th timeout with 24.7. 5-point game, Dar. No quit in this Columbus Grove squad whatsoever.
Absolutely not. And you got, if you're Connor Cole, one of the things you're going to take away from this game is Gage Sauter has now got 10 points on the night. You know, coming off the bench and filling a spot where your leading scorers on this team were not producing. So you bring in this guy, and he's just, without fear, took it right to the basket on that one right there. So you got to be pleased with that.
Exactly. Coach Cole's got to be very happy with how his team is continuing to compete and try and come back and get over the hump in this game. If you're Coach White, you're looking to get out of here with the W. You've been ahead this whole basketball game, but you're faced with a run. If you can come away with a successful win here, you know, finish this out, we're going to talk about how, guys, we're learning how to close games out, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, you got to be able to finish it off. And one of the big things that they're going to have to learn quickly is we cannot afford to give turnovers this late in the game. We got to be able to figure out how to get this ball inbounds and not give it back to the Bulldogs. Full
court pressure on the ball for Grove. They get it into Foster. He finds Hawkins, goes down to Cole. Cole gets fouled before he can find Welsh wide open under the bucket. So now Daniel Cole's going to go to the free throw line, and he's another one who just hasn't been to the Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw line very often.
Just 2 for 3, a 67% free throw shooter, but just 3 shots at the foul line so far this season.
And he misses that first one, so there's still life for Columbus Grove. Down 5. 2-possession game. Cole puts a second one up. Nothing but threads on that one. Here comes Grove in transition. Hopkins. Trevin Baxter from deep undercooks it, and it goes out of bounds. They had to get a quick look, but just a little too deep. Now Bath, they get this ball in and get fouled. They can feel really good about themselves finishing this out. Foster with the basketball.
Yep.
Does a nice job, and he draws the personal. We're going to walk to the other end where Jackson Foster, the leading free throw shooter for Bath, is going to find himself at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Duffus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line, where homestyle happens here. First one's up for Foster. Nails it. Jackson Foster with a heck of a game. How many points is that on the night? 28 for Foster. Second one's up, and it's good.
29 points.
7 seconds. Grove in transition. Hopkins going to pull from deep. Off the backboard, doesn't go. And that's going to be our ball game as Logan Markley gets the rebound. Your final score, Lima Bath 54, Columbus Grove 46. We'll be back to wrap this one up after this message. Welcome back to Columbus Grove High School, where tonight it's a sweep for the Bath Wildcats. They come away with a 29-28 victory in the JV game, and in the varsity game, the Bath Wildcats 54, Columbus Grove 46. Some final numbers for Lima Bath. They shot 41% from the floor, 12 for 25 from 2, 6 for 19 from 3. They had 22 boards, 12 turnovers. Columbus Grove, 29% from the floor. That's something Coach Coles and his staff will look at, and his team, 17 for 49 overall, 13 for 32 from 2, 4 for 17 from 3. They had 19 boards and 8 turnovers. Scoring-wise for Bath, Dagan Hawkins had 2, Logan Markley 14, Daniel Cole 6. Jackson Foster led all scorers with 29. Jaden Ryan had 2. For Columbus Grove, Brady Basinger had 6. Trenton Barraza, after 16 at halftime, only had 2 points in the second half, finishes with 18. Gavin Barraza had 6, Trevin Baxter 6, and Gage Sauter had 10. Those are the numbers, Dar, but the overall feel for this game and some final thoughts, what do you want to bring to the table?
Well, I think Bath played a good game, and Grove played a gritty game, let's put it that way. But the Wildcats really did a nice job of controlling the boards, getting second opportunities, breaking the press of Columbus Grove pretty effectively, getting to the foul line, which was a big thing for them. But, you look at Jackson Foster, 29 points. That's 20 points over his average, And he was hitting three-pointers. He was hitting from the outside, but he was also working his butt off on the inside. I mean, he got in there and got some key baskets. Logan Markley had 14 points. That's 6 under his average. But when you look at Logan Markley, what he does for this team, it's not just score, but you saw it tonight in particular. He drew defense away from Jackson Foster and left Foster open out there to hit some three-pointers out there that he probably wouldn't have been able to get if they weren't all heading towards Markley all the time. So big game for him. Jaden Ryan just did what Jaden Ryan does. He doesn't score. He reminds me of Ojo from Shawnee.
There you go.
I'm not a scorer. I'm a defensive guy, and I'm a rebounder, and that's what Jaden Ryan does. And at 6'6", senior, he averages 6 points a game, but that's not his game. So give that credit that. I think Dre White's going to come away from this game and say, hey, I know what, you guys are finding your roles. You know what you need to do. You know what you have to be at. Grove, on the other hand, they're looking at, this is a kind of a game that tells them where we're at on the season a little bit. I think, granted, their shooting was terrible tonight, 29%. They came up short on a lot of it. They didn't have good rhythm a lot of times and stuff. Barraza, had his 18 points, which is 4 over his average. But they found out some other guys that can score. Now, they're big scorers normally that they get points from. Didn't get them tonight. Best didn't have them. Kyle Hopkins didn't have them. Gage Sauter came in and got 10 points. That's a big plus for this Grove team. Down the road, they're going to need those points from Gage Sauter. And not only that, but I was impressed with Sauter going to the basket. No fear. I'm gonna take it to the hoop. You guys foul me. You can do whatever you want to, but I'm gonna take it there, and that's going to be key. So the other thing for Grove is too, time management a little bit. They got to work on that a little bit. That's from the coaching staff as well. We got to work on that a little bit. But overall, good game for Bath. Strong, gritty game for Columbus Grove. They came back when it looked like all hope was lost there for a while.
They were a team that never said die, never quit, and they had it cut down to 5 at one point. A 2-possession game, just could not overcome it. Bath, their next game will be at Kenton. Next Friday, they jump back into league action, and Columbus Grove, they will be in the PCL this Saturday against Fort Jennings. With the loss, Grove drops to 2-4. With the win, Bath over 500 at 5-4. I want to thank Kent Ralston for doing stats for us, and also Megan Sherrick, who did the camera work, and we'll take this back to the studio and edit it. And for my partner, Dar Nevergall, I'm Dave Bowen. Again, Bath wins tonight over Grove, 54-46. Until next time, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the bottom of the net.